Hello, coaches. Welcome back to another episode of Coach Better Spotlight. My name is Kim Cafino, and I've worked with hundreds of teachers, coaches, and leaders in schools around the world through my courses, consulting, mentoring, and membership to help them create thriving and sustainable instructional coaching programs. And I'm on a mission to help you coach better. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can help. Are you ready to take your next step? Get a tailored list of resources designed specifically for your experience level to help you coach better today. Take our free quiz at coachbetter.tv/quiz to get started. In today's Spotlight episode, I'm chatting with Andrea Goodrich, grade 4 classroom teacher at Concordia International School in Hanoi, Vietnam. This Spotlight episode is another in our series of coaching case studies. At the time of recording, Andrea had just graduated from the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program. These case study episodes are designed to share the story of a coach and the development of their coaching program and practice in their unique setting. I'm excited to share this episode with Andrea with you because this episode is such a great example of the ways that classroom teachers can embrace a coaching mindset and start building a coaching culture from the team to the whole division in one academic year. Andrea took everything she learned in the coach and directly applied it in her school setting, and it's already created significant momentum towards coaching. In this Spotlight episode, Andrea shares what she was able to accomplish in just one academic year in the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program and how that impacted the coaching development in her school setting. In the full-length audio podcast episode, we also talk about how Andrea started her journey to instructional coaching, what makes coaching so valuable to Andrea as a classroom teacher, the surprises she uncovered about coaching as she was learning more, what Andrea is considering as she moves forward in her professional growth, and what she wishes she knew before she started coaching. To listen to the full-length episode, subscribe to Coach Better wherever you get your podcasts. This episode highlights the huge impact just one individual and 1 year can have on the development of a coaching culture and growing your individual coaching practice. Andrea was so intentional about leveraging all of her learning in the coach for her school setting. Her story shows that you can join the program without any coaching experience and leave feeling confident and ready to step into a coaching role. If you want to hear more from classroom teachers who have graduated from the coach, check out some previous episodes from last year. There's one with Melissa Carr and one with Lana Yashinka. I'll link them up here and in the show notes for you. We have a few more coming up this season as well, so if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now so you don't miss those episodes. One earlier episode from this season with Nikki Hume also featured her coaching partner, Amber Shortridge, and the way that they work together in their coaching cycle as part of the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program, and we have a couple more coming out this year. There is so much you can accomplish as a classroom teacher in just 1 year in the coach. And if you're curious about how the program works for experienced coaches, make sure to check out that previous episode with Nikki Hume because she is an experienced coach, although she's working in an art position this year in her school. I'll link all of these episodes up here and in the show notes for you. If you are ready to be intentional about the development of your coaching skills and your coaching program, come join us in our courses for coaches. There are courses designed specifically for your experience level so you can step in wherever feels right for you. I'll tell you more about them at the end of the episode. Before we begin with today's episode, I want to let you know that you can find all of the ways to connect with me via my website, my social media, all of my courses, books, and resources in the description for this episode. You can also find the show notes for today's episode and all of our resources for instructional coaches on our website at coachbetter.tv, which is also linked in the description. Okay, let's jump into the clip with Andrea. Tell us a little bit about the pieces that you made during this course and how you shared them in your community, because I think it is a really interesting point that you make that there were so many people willing to be coached. So how did that conversation start? What did that look like? And how did the artifacts that you created inside the coach kind of lead to those conversations?
Yeah, I think it just kind of I did what made most sense for me since I'm new to coaching and I'm a classroom teacher and this is all new to me. So I started out by making my definition of coaching. What is coaching? And from there, I had a conversation with our director of teaching and learning because I thought it would be important to include him in this journey since he has a lot of experience with coaching and coaching programs. So before I shared it out with anyone, I first sat down with him and shared that document with him, and he gave me some feedback on it. And then I shared it out with the staff at a staff meeting. So I just like let everybody know what I was doing, the program that I'm in, and just getting them familiar with what coaching is, because I think a lot of the staff members are unfamiliar with coaching because we don't have coaches at our school yet. So yeah, I just shared it out like on the projector in the staff meeting. And I think that got people, thinking about it more, a little bit more excited, coming up to me, asking questions. So I think that's good momentum, like getting people just to know what you're doing, what is this, getting some excitement around it. And then after I had my coaching definition, I think it was in phase 2 of the program where I created the needs assessment. So from there, I first started by brainstorming because a lot of people make coaching menus, but I think that I'm not quite ready to like be in a full coaching position yet because I'm still a classroom teacher, but I knew like this is something I should probably think about. What is it that I feel most comfortable supporting with teachers with now? So in my needs assessment, it was a Google form. I shared my coaching definition in it, and then I also gave like a brief rundown of why I'm sharing this, what is it for? And basically, I was just seeking feedback from the teachers, like how willing are you to work with the coach? Questions like, what areas could I help you with? I asked them things about like what would be the best time to meet? What are areas that you're finding challenging in your classroom right now? And then I also listed like a menu of items that I felt comfortable supporting with teachers with now. And then basically they could select some of those different options that they felt like they needed support in. So yeah, I shared that out and I got really good feedback because I have about 13 homeroom teachers, like 2 per grade level. I think I got 9 respondents, and from those, I think most of them were at least open to it. So that was really exciting to see because I think that's where I first noticed that like my colleagues are really open to being coached, which was exciting for me. But I also knew that in a teaching role, I wasn't able to support all of those people. But at least I know that there's a need for it and a want. And yeah, so that was exciting just to see that people are open to it. And then from there, I also had more conversations in between that with our director of teaching and learning. Like I shared that with him before, got feedback. And I think that was important for me to share those artifacts with him along the way, because I also wanted to make sure that my school knew what I was working on and what are some of my professional learning goals. What am I hoping to do in the future? So I really wanted to keep that conversation going and just keep that in the back of their minds. And then last artifact that I created was I completed a coaching cycle with my teaching partner. So with that artifact, I haven't shared that out with like my school or staff yet, but it is a part of my final project, my learning journey video. So I do plan to share that out with the staff and my leadership at school so that hopefully they can see what an impact it had, even just being one person that I coached this year. I think through those videos and through the reflections that he also provided, that they'll be able to see that it does make a big impact, and there's a need for it, and people are willing and wanting to do it.
And I love that you have this continuity between all of those things. I mean, that's part of the way the program is designed so that the artifacts are things that are relevant for you and feel right for you. Like you talked about choosing a needs assessment rather than a coaching menu, even though lots of people choose to make a coaching menu. But the way that you were so thoughtful about when you designed your coaching menu and then you put it inside your needs assessment. And I know you used it with your not your coaching menu, your coaching definition. You put it inside your needs assessment. And I know you used it with your coaching partner. Like the continuity between all of those things, I think shows the thoughtful process that you really took in the course from beginning to end. So thank you for summarizing that so beautifully there. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Andrea. I have known Andrea for a long time, since she was a graduate of the Coattail program. Actually, she was also a guest on the show a few seasons ago talking about Coattail. I'll link that up here and in the show notes for you. What I appreciated about this conversation with Andrea is the way that she was able to take everything she learned in the coach and implement each aspect into her work at Concordia. This was so awesome to watch as her mentor during the program too, because she was so strategic and intentional about her work. Each step of the journey, she applied her learning to build the foundations of a coaching culture. This is exactly what the coach empowers you to do. So if, like Andrea, you are a classroom teacher who is ready to develop your coaching practice, even if you have no coaching experience, the Coach Global Cohort could be just right for you. The Coach is our academic year-long course and global community designed for instructional coaches or educators who are ready to build a thriving coaching program and deepen their coaching practice. The Coach is unique because we support the development of your practice at the micro and the macro level. We dive deep into your coaching practice at the micro level to help you upskill from wherever you are today. As you could see from this episode, the program is highly differentiated for all levels of coaching experience. And we unpack the development of a coaching program from the macro level so you can see how to make coaching thrive sustainably in your school setting. That's because inside the Coach, we work through the Thrive model for sustainable instructional coaching. So you're focused on building a coaching culture within your school while you're developing your coaching practice as an individual coach. We use the 3 phases of the Thrive model: clarity, consistency, and community, to help you reflect on your practice and program from both the micro and the macro lens, with a systems view to ensure you're building in sustainability from the start. The Coach is our most in-depth program designed for educators and coaches who are ready to take this deep dive. And if that's you, we'd love to have you join us in the next global cohort of the Coach. You can find all the details about the Coach at edurolearning.com/coach. But if you're not sure if the Coach is right for you, or you're ready for something a little bit shorter to start, we also have other courses designed for educators and for coaches. We have 4 global cohorts that we offer each year, and each of those global cohorts are designed to support you in developing your coaching capacity at whatever level is right for you right now. If you're an educator or a leader ready to learn about a coaching mindset, join Cultivating a Coaching Mindset. If you're a brand new or aspiring coach thinking about making the move from classroom to coaching, join Getting Started as an Instructional Coach. If you're like Andrea, you're a classroom teacher or you're a coach who's really dedicated to building a thriving coaching program and deepening your coaching practice, the Coach Certificate and Mentorship Program is for you. If you're an experienced coach who's ready to lead, to embrace that informal leadership in your role, join Coaches as Leaders. You can find out about all of those courses on our website at coachbetter.tv/learn. Wherever you are in your coaching journey, we can support you. If this conversation resonated with you and you'd like to learn more about Andrea or see a transcript of this conversation and see all of our resources for instructional coaches, head over to our website at coachbetter.tv to find the show notes for today's episode, which I'll link in the description below. If you're curious right now and you want to chat about this conversation, or you have questions about coaching that you're curious about getting answered right now, please reach out. You can leave a comment down below. You can leave a comment on the show notes on our website. You can join our Coach Better Facebook group, or you can find me on social media and send me a DM. I would love to support you on your coaching journey. See you next time.